What's going on, guys? So today we are doing the pretty much full maintenance on the old Ranger here, 330 MPX. So I'm gonna flip you around and see what we got going on. So we've got all of our calls overdue. Spark plugs pretty much need to go ahead and change. I got them. We're gonna change them. Give it a second. Go home, go to our maintenance, obviously all these. So right here we're at 479, so I'm going to say this is our 500-hour kind of review here. I've got another oil or fuel filter. We're going to go ahead and change it. We're doing everything. We're not doing the brushes just yet. That's going to be another 500 hours. When we hit 1,000, that's when we're going to look into those. So we are ready to go on all these. So I will go ahead and start taking apart the back of the old girl here so we can get to all of it. So this is at 500 hours being outside on the rig full time. She's been off maybe a couple times. And the old White Buffalo's been on there, but mainly it's been her the whole time. I do live on a dirt road. I am on bumps all the time, so you know, dust is pretty normal for this. So far, I haven't seen anything that looks like it's a kind of an issue. Sorry, me stepping up and down the trailer. I mean, obviously, she needs cleaned out a little bit. I'll blow her out. But as far as everything, I think seems to look pretty good. The only thing is on the other side, I think we have lost our rivets. So I'm gonna go over here. So you guys remember this is where it drains out. This is supposed to be right there. So as you can see, rivets have rattled out of that door, which is a bit odd because this is on the passenger side. This is on the left side of the welder, which is usually up against the cab of the truck. Or not the cab, but the oxygen, and it should, I mean, it never gets hit by anything. So that's really only kind of a flaw I've seen there, but that's not too big of a deal. I've got some more rivets, so I'll just drill those ones out, and we will put some new ones in there, and we'll be good to go. See that these ones here, dusty, like I said. But that was still good, so maybe they just got them too tight or something. I don't really know. Looks like we've been wearing her a little bit right there. It's probably from this thing coming off, not being in there right. Yeah, you can see where this has all been wearing down in here. So so far, that's really the only issue I'm seeing right now. We're gonna tear into this a little more. We got air filter. I mean, we got it all to check into it. I did notice the other day it was kind of making a rattling noise. So I'm going to try to check out all of this, make sure it's tightened up good. It quit rattling whenever I pushed on my exhaust, so, and it doesn't look like it's moving that much, so it might, I don't know, I'll give me a wrench and I'll tighten that up a little bit. And that's really the only bolt I can see. I'm sure there's another one inside or over here. I might check the bolts. That's the exhaust manifold on one side. Since this is a twin V series motor, so it's got two pistons, so it'll have Should have one of these on both sides here. So it could be either one of these, maybe a little loose. I don't see the nuts, they don't look too bad down in there. So we will, like I said, clean it all up. We'll get it checked out. The oil, yeah, she's a little dirty. She's getting pretty dirty. We're not using oil, so that's good. We're full, we're just a little dirty. So, alright, so I'll go ahead and we'll start draining. And then I'll start pulling all that stuff off, and we'll get back to you after I get it all pulled apart. So here again, guys, this is at 500 hours. A little dirty. We'll wipe all that out real good. The new air filter. Cover definitely looks a little dirty. And we're a little dirty on the inside, but not awful. Let's pull back a little bit. So she's a little dirty. I'll kind of spray this down and wipe it off real good, and then blow it out. Clean this back up real good, and then we'll put it back on. Not too dirty. So, yeah, about done bleeding the oil out. So we'll get this cleaned up, and that'll be done. We put a new filter on, we'll be good to go. We've got our spark plugs are on the side, I believe. No, they're gonna be a bigger pain to get to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for sure, see where they're at. Should be right there, but looks like it's gonna be covered just a little bit. So we'll get them found and get some new ones put on. So I found the spark plugs. They're literally tucked up 2 inches up into here, so they're about right in here when you get into it. So I had to knock all this loose. Looks a little rough. Oh, there she went. But we had to knock all this loose. So I am gonna set this back up to where I can get to it. Put a little block in here, that way it doesn't fall down again. So, but yeah, few screws. One that took me a while to find is up underneath here, right there in the center. There's one to take out. So let that be known whenever you take yours out. You gotta take those too. So I'm gonna try to put this stuff back in there and see if it'll lift up enough without having to take the face out. So after some redneck ingenuity here, took a couple blocks stuck in here. This is not the most ideal. You do not have to take the face all the way out. There's little kind of hinges that hold this on. This will slide to pop it out like that. So you can leave these in there. You can just let it kind of sit like that. You do probably want to take your choke off, take it loose anyways. Slide that out, and then you can pick the front up enough to slide these blocks under here. And then once I got those slid off, I just took my air filter cap and stuck it up inside there on top of the kind of the heat shield, I guess. And now I've got direct active spark plugs. This will be a breeze to change. So we'll get that all figured out and get those yanked out of there. So I got these bad motor scooters out of here, finally. They're not awful, they're not the best either. But we got new ones for it, so they're pretty dirty. But they're dry, they're not wet, so we will swap them out. These are Champions. It's probably a part number on them right there, in case anyone's curious. I've got NKG brand, I believe. I don't think they have the Champions. NGK. Yeah. These bad motor scooters popped in. Those aren't the same. No. Well, looks like a slight run to the auto parts store, and we'll get that fixed. Alright, slight hiccup. We got the right ones now. So that was the part number on the spark plugs. So now we're gonna, I got that one changed. We'll jump over there. We'll change that other one real quick. Okay, so we got new spark plug in, got the new oil filter in, the oil. That's the, I'm a big Wix. I use Wix for a lot, so 51056 part number on the oil filter. Whenever you guys go to take this off, always stick a bunch of rags. See how bad this gets here? Just stick a bunch of rags up in here to try to catch all your oil. This is kind of a really weird spot, so drain all your oil out first is what I try to do, and then I just cram a bunch of rags up in there, try to catch it the best you can, and then just wipe down your excess if you can get any out. Still got to fix this little thing here. Like I said, little dauber, door hanger, not too big of a deal. Got the fucking face and everything put back together. It was a bitch. Spark plugs are kind of a pain. First time go around anyways for me. This was the first time me replacing them. So there's a screw, not a screw, but a little bolt right there in the center. I don't know if you guys see that or not. That holds the face of this down. Once I was able to locate that, get that undone, you know, like I said, we had to take loose the choke. I'm looking right at it, can't even tell what it is. That's a choke. I take choke loose, take these 4 little bolts out, then this will lay down at an angle kind of right there. Doesn't completely fall out, so you guys won't lose anything. Connections inside look pretty good. I wasn't really going to mess with them too much. I did unplug this switch at the start because I thought I had to take it off, but I don't. You can do it without taking any of this back, because I thought I was going to have to take the whole hood off, but easier just to leave everything alone. Let that, take your choke off, let this fold out, and just leave it all in there. Like I said, raise this up. These were just laying inside the garage there, so you could use a 2x4, just a small 2x4, stick in there, and then on the back side you'd probably want to use a 4x4 or a couple 2x4s put in there, and that would give you enough height to get that out. So with all that said and done, we're done up here in the front. Still got some bolts left over here. So now let's swap this doodad out. And they gave me this down there at the parts store. They said it should fit, so looks like it'll be a little longer than what we got in here, so we might be a pain. We'll see. We'll get it taken apart and give her a try here. So on this here, your fuel comes in here, and then squirts out pump that way. There is a fuel pump on these, so you don't necessarily have to worry about your fuel running back out on you. So if you just take this one loose here first, and then I'm going to put a couple rags here probably, and I'll just take that one loose and let it sit there and kind of drain out. And then when I take this one loose, just kind of keep it up, because obviously this is a water pump, so it'll pump water, not water, fuel pump, so it'll pump it, so you don't really have to worry about too much getting out on you. So you're really not going to make too big of a mess with this. If you're like me, you're always in a hurry for no reason, so this isn't too big of a deal. I'm probably going to regret not getting another one of these. But here is this fuel filter I was using, 33001 Wicks, 1/4 inch I believe. Now that part number will give you what it is for sure, but a lot of people use pliers or vice grips. I like using vice grips because you can just pinch them on there and they'll stay on and you don't have to fight them. Sometimes you use pliers, it will try to not want to. See, you use vice grips and it's super easy. So we'll do it for here too. Slide her on back, just like that. Then if you do think that you're going to make a big mess and want to do something, you could put your vice grips, another pair of vice grips, you can put them over here just to kind of pinch that line off, keep it from running back on you like that. I'm not too worried about getting fuel anywhere because I don't weld right here, so that's not a big deal for me. So I'll get this off here. It's going to take two hands, so let me put the camera down and we'll get this off. Alright, I got that one on. A little bit of excess, like I said. This is a little bit longer than this fuel. This one was about perfect, so didn't make too big of a mess. A little bit in there, but so yeah. So I put a quart in already. It calls for 2 quarts. I've put about 3/4 of this in. Usually I put about half or something in there. Pull the dipstick, check it. Right now we are sitting just right at I'm not gonna be able to get this to focus. Anyways, we're just right at there it goes, just below the full line. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest in there, and then we still got to fill up the oil filter, so it'll take a little bit down from it. So we'll go ahead and dump full 2 quarts in, and we'll be good to go. All right, so we got her all tightened back up, just above the oil fill line. All put back together here. So we'll get to close her up. Got everything tightened up here, cleaned up the best you can. Plug back down in there. I still need to fix this. I went ahead and blew everything out real good with the air hose. And all this seems to look all right. I'm gonna go ahead and kick the machine on. Make sure we're pumping here. Come on, girl. Pull the choke, it'll probably. So I have to start in a couple days. Should be right on our line there. Got a fly on me there. So I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put all these back on. Helpful hint on putting all these back on, guys. Don't tighten your bolts on as soon as you get them in. Leave them loose until you get them all in, and then go back through and tighten them all, because it's kind of a pain. So first thing, put that back on, and then we'll put the doors on. I'll show you guys how I fixed that little issue over there in case you guys have the same issue. And then we'll clear out the codes and we'll be good as new. Okay, so you can see I got it vice gripped kind of back where it was supposed to be. I'll do this all. Sorry, I'm gonna sit you guys down for half a second. Take this 1/8 inch drill bit. Chuck it in here real quick. Okay, so as a rig welder, sometimes you run into stuff that's just a little too thin to weld. People will call you out to do it. So I've got these little rivets here. I believe these are all 1/8 inch, these little ones. That one right there should be long enough to go through it. Might even have to use the smaller one. But yeah, those are 1/8 inch rivets. So I like keeping rivets on the truck, even though I might not hardly ever use them, but they're just good to have. Sometimes you never know. I mean, this is how much room it takes for something that you might need versus not having it. Does not take up a lot of room, guys. We got a big assortment of stuff here you can fix. I mean, look at this. I got rivets on this thing and I can fix it. I don't have to go to the store and buy all this stuff. And these things are probably less than $10. That thing's like $15. Nah, this one's got a swivel head. It might be $25. Excuse me. So I mean, you know, 35, less than 50 bucks. You know, you guys get this little save you some time kit just having it on hand. So we will drill this out and then pop a new one in there. Easy peasy. And just like that, I got 2 new ones in there. I put the short ones in, but it didn't seem like it was quite long enough, so I put the medium sized, this longer one here in. Put one of these longer ones in. She seemed to do just fine. So, with that fixed now, we can fixed now. Sorry guys, I got shit all over. My burn is itching. I always wear long sleeves. Okay, so we got that on now. This way. Tuck you back down in there. Should be good. Let's grab a door. Right side and left side. We got what it takes to make it out here in this old rivet land here. Yeah. I mean, sign us up, you know. We're good to go. She's on. I'll put this door on. Then I'll kick the display on for you guys and we will clear our maintenance codes. This is a pain to do with one. And with my left hand, come on. Alright, so got her all put back together. Oh, now I get to sit down and do my due diligence here. Well, finally. She's a little slow about like me sometimes. Yep, when you go back. The engine. And we know all this is going on. Okay, so like before, guys, what we do is we get right over where we need to do. You'll see those 5 little dots there in the center. You hold that, and we've cleared it. And go to our air filter. We got a new one of those, and cleared it. Put a new spark plug on. 2 new spark plugs, and we got a new fuel filter. And that's it. Brushes, we got another 500 hours until 1,000-hour mark, so hopefully by then we won't have any other hiccups, but just easy maintenance on it. So guys, that's the video, guys. Hope I answered any questions y'all might have. You know, that was my first time putting spark plugs on, so it was kind of a trial and error there. So I made some mistakes, so hopefully you guys won't have to. We will, let's see, this coming week we've got shutdown. Well, not shutdown. We've got about 2 weeks worth of working at a plant just north of town here. So we'll be pulling the camper out there for a couple weeks, and then hopefully after that we'll get back to making well, I'm gonna try to make some videos while I'm out there. I'm trying to get you guys some weekly stuff. That way I'm here more, you know. I'm home. I really don't have an excuse not to make videos for you guys, so here I am. If you guys have any suggestions of videos you guys want me to make, I want to make sure you guys are getting what you want out of this, because I got a little bit of time on my hands. We're going to be teaching the old lady how to weld here before too long, so she was out helping me with this pipe fence. We had about 500 feet of continuous panel and top rail we just put on last week. I'll finish that up a couple days ago, actually. So we've got stuff like that coming. If you guys want to see like pipe vents videos, I'll get some put together. If you guys want to see day-to-day what we got going on, I'll put some videos together like that. Some days I'm not doing a whole lot. Some days I'm just driving around looking at work. Other days I'm working. So if you guys want to see how all that goes, just let me know, guys. Like I said, I'm making these videos for you guys. Gives me something to do, and hope that I can kind of build a little community here. Really is my goal. You know, if I get questions, hopefully I can come to you guys about some stuff. And if you guys get some questions, just feel free to ask. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. If it's something I make a video on, I'll make a video. If not, I'll answer you in the comments. The old Lincoln, the old 330 MPX. You know, there's a lot of haters out there, but she is a tried and true old Bobcat killer for sure. Last company I worked for, they bought several new Bobcats. They were within 100 hours, and the guys, and me included, it's not like we were being super hard on them. You know, we were running 1/8 inch 7018 all day long. We'd throw some 532 7018 in there every now and then. And this old girl, she's kept chugging all along. You know, she hasn't cut out. She hasn't tried to have any kind of hiccups. With them Bobcats, we were running into them wanting to surge real bad. You know, they'll be running good, and then out of nowhere they just lose amperage, and then they'd pick back up, and then they lose amperage. Not sure if maybe it was they were just overheating. We were down in Texas. It was 100-something degrees, but my little red welder here, she was doing the same thing right next to him, and we haven't had any problems since. So I'm not saying Miller's bad. I'm just saying, I bleed red a little bit, so I'm gonna try True Lincoln guy. All my MIG welder and stuff here in the shop's all Lincoln. Hopefully here before too long we'll be looking at getting a new shop put together. And once I get a shop, I'll definitely be making more videos for you guys. So we'll hope to kind of get all that put together. We'll be probably building like a little shop house deal. So now that we're on not traveling as much, so guys, I hope I've answered your questions. Hope I've helped you out on the, hold on, let me pause that. Okay, sorry, air compressor kicked on. So yeah, guys, hopefully I answered you guys' questions. Hopefully you guys got out of this what you needed. We are at 500 hours on her, and we're going to keep using her. We'll see just how far she goes. I've had a couple people interested in buying her from me, but I don't know if we're going to get rid of her just yet. She's been doing pretty good for us, so we're gonna hold on to her. The old white buffalo in there, she's not as reliable as this little thing here. So we'll see what the future holds with her. Maybe she'll go back to being a backup machine, and we'll find a new machine later on. I've looked at some of the cross countries and stuff, but they're high. They're like Snoop Dogg high. So hopefully here before too long prices kind of mellow out a little bit, and maybe we'll get a new machine. Hoping, like I said, hoping to build a house here pretty soon, shop house. So if we get a shop built, then definitely we're gonna have some videos on all that. So yeah, guys, hope you like it. Hope you comment down below what you wanted to see, what you didn't want to see. Any comment's a good comment on here. I'm not too worried about what you guys have to say. So get down there, let me know what you guys want. Let me know how things are going, and we'll see you on the next one.